Hello again, it's Brian from Elektor TV. This time I'm coming to you from the STMicroelectronics booth at Embedded World 2026, and I'm here with Roman Ludin. He's the Field Application and Technical Promotions Manager. Roman, how's it going?
Very good, very good. We are all, again this year going through very busy embedded world. The nature for us of embedded world is to meet with the developers and makers, and it's another year we are breaking the record with people we are meeting here.
Well, it has been very busy. We're walking up and down, so every time we've come past the ST booth, it's been packed, so you feel like you're getting your breath back on the last day.
Yes, what we feel is what our visitors are valuing, meeting ST at Embedded World, is the possibility to speak engineer to engineer, developer to developer, maker to maker. So all the colleagues you see on our booth are our application engineers. So experts, guys which are working with our products on daily basis. They know what it is, a pain point, typical pain point of a customer, challenge, technical issue. So when the visitor is coming, there's a high chance he will get guided, he will get answers to his or her technical questions. So speaking about latest trends, of course, the important ones are around security and wireless connectivity. You know, with all the IoT applications, everything is becoming more connected. And when you have a connectivity, you need also security. So what we are showing in this part of the booth is exactly focusing on security. Security is a big subject. You may need simple one or more complex, but in terms of products and ecosystem around the products, we have a nice offering, and customer can always choose the best fitting for his or her needs.
And speaking of security, are you feeling pressure from the Cyber Resilience Act?
Yes, same as our customers. So we share the pressure, we share the pain, and we are there to help them. So in terms of the positioning of the product, in terms of features in our microcontrollers, bringing secure boot, bringing support for secure firmware upgrade, introducing what is called software bomb, which is part of the CRA requirements. We want to make sure our customers will go through these new regulations as smooth as possible, but we know it won't be easy. That's why as well our application engineers, which you can see here, are able to consult the individual needs with our customers. In one important, let's say, new application which was really introduced and launched lately is the Aliro standard. So Aliro is defining a standard for all the access control applications. So imagine at your home you have a door, you want to unlock your door with your phone. Going with Aliro standard, you will ensure that the different systems are compatible together. And it's a very nice example combining different technologies. Because inside you find 2.4 gigahertz BLE communication, you find NFC, because you can open the door not only through BLE but as well NFC. And very lately we have introduced as well a new component ST64, which is bringing the ultra-wideband connectivity into this application, where ultra-wideband is bringing a lot of advantages in terms of distance, in terms of directivity, which are important for this type of application.
Tell us about your Matter solutions, because Matter is becoming a bigger and bigger topic every time I come to Embedded World.
True. So like Aliro, of course, Matter is another interesting standard. It has been introduced already, let's say, some years ago. So it's getting mature, and it's spreading across various applications. Today we offer to our customers support for Matter over the thread, Matter over Wi-Fi as well. So in terms of products, the portfolio is rich. We know for Matter you need relatively big flash, because the Matter protocol stack is quite, let's say, sizey. We have introduced latest product STM32WBA6, which embeds 2 megabytes of flash, which is exactly fitting this kind of needs. So that's from product side. From application and ecosystem side, we have a package called X-Cube Matter, which is enabling the customer to very quickly, without big development, to at least evaluate or use these resources for the serious development of their Matter application. And again, this is valid for both Matter over the thread or Matter over the Wi-Fi.
And are you working on developing more matter solutions for upcoming expectations from the standard?
Yes, yes. So we are part of the matter of the CA association. So we monitor the evolution. We are even trying to influence the next steps because we collect a lot of feedback from our customers. Like for example, the code size of the stack. The intention is to make it shrink, so you are not obliged to use these bigger devices. So definitely we keep online and we keep with the trend of the Matter evolution. Okay, so from our wireless segment, we've spoken about Matter, Aliro, Wi-Fi, BLE, sub-gigahertz. There was as well an NB-IoT module. So you see the wireless portfolio of products. Depending the customer preference, he can choose the best one for his needs. Now in this area, we move more to microcontrollers and microprocessors, which became the number one GP product microcontroller line in the world. And it's great, it's fantastic, because for me it's a kind of let's say strong feeling. I was there in the beginning of the STM32 story, and I remember it was not easy in the beginning, but year by year we really were able to develop strong community of developers which adopted STM32. The family today contains of more than 4,000 part numbers.
Having such a large library of components, such a big catalog, do you find that uses a lot of human time in your offices, or do you have solutions, computer solutions, databases, and that just make it easy?
Yes, yes. So of course, more products you have, even for ourselves, is becoming sometimes tough to be able to propose the right solution for our customer. But we have tools that can help us. One cool tool is from the STM32Cube ecosystem. There is a tool called STM32Cube MX. By the way, we are releasing a new version of it called Cube MX2, which is bringing a lot of innovation in the user interfaces. So make the user life much more simplified. And in this tool, the designer can select the best fitting product on the needs. So let's say I need Cortex M33, I need 200 megahertz, I need 1 megabyte of flash, I need Ethernet connectivity, I need toucan, and it will list me out the suitable parts. It will also list me which boards, development boards, are immediately available, so I can quickly pick the one, get it ordered through ST or our partner network, download the libraries and start working on it. So the first steps are almost kind of independent from us. I don't have to, as a ST person, interact immediately with the customer every day.
Awesome, yes. I remember maybe 25 years ago choosing a PIC microcontroller. It was a 2-page card. A lot of parts, but not 4,000 of them. That would have been difficult on paper.
It's true, it's true. But you know, like everything, the evolution, the development time, the time to market is speeding up. So with the silicon, we are very often bringing to our customers very rich set of libraries. Very often they are as well certified and tested. And good example of it is our STM32 functional safety package, which brings certified libraries, allowing our customers to faster and in a more faster and easy way implement SIL 2 or SIL 3 certification needs. So another good example of STM32 related ecosystem is around graphics. So today, if you look at your home, there are displays everywhere. We get almost all of us a bit of dedicated too much to our mobile phones, and we expect to operate our fridge, our microwave, our dishwasher, our vacuum cleaner, our heating system over the displays. So the displays are all around us. What was the paradigm in past? To make a nice graphics, you needed high-performing device, very often microprocessor, with dedicated accelerators in even entry-level microcontrollers. Today, you can do very nice graphics without having huge investments on the silicon side. And moreover, to again make it smooth, we are providing to our customers the graphical framework, so-called TouchGFX.
We do have new generation coming up. Speaking of which, you encourage the new generation, the students and so on. You've run a couple of contests with us with the STM32. Do you find that reaching out to the student community is encouraging the next generation of customers?
Oh yes, yes. I mean, I believe we have to help to motivate our young generation. And it's not only on the university. I think we need to work even on the elementary and high schools to try to stimulate a passion and love for technology. And through these kind of contests and competitions, we greatly cooperate with Elektor. I think it's a good stimulation where the young guys can really put their hands on development. It can be something simple, but giving them a good motivation to potentially win something, to get visualize and maybe access new tech companies where it could be their future career starting point. So I really love it. When I was young and when I was a student, I always chased for these kind of opportunities. So I'm very happy we can cooperate with Elektor to make this kind of contests happen.
Yeah, and I could speak as a student from back in the day. I bought my first Elektor when I was 16 and just kept with Elektor as well, became a future customer. So it's always good to encourage the younger generation so that they don't go somewhere else, but they are welcome to your ecosystem with the help of contests that you sponsor. So we thank you for that and your cooperation on that.
I'm very happy. So I think it's a mutual cooperation. I hope we will be able to continue, and I hope we will be able to bring new contests to all of you which are listening now to this beautiful interview with Brian.
Well, thank you very much, Roman Ludin. He is the Field Application and Technical Promotions Manager for STMicroelectronics. Good to see you.
Thank you.